The 2-4 Washington football team coming off a spanking of 31-13 against the Kansas City Chiefs. Go against the Green Bay Packers coming off a victory against the Chicago Bears, 24-14. They're 5-1 on the season. They're a 9.5-point favorite in this game. You look at Green Bay, they're on fire right now. They lost their first game of the season in New Orleans, but since that game, they've won 5 consecutive games. They're on a roll. And that's all because their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Yes, he says relax. Yes, he says don't worry about it. But you know what? Maybe he's right. He's completed 67% of his passes. He's got 12 touchdowns and 3 picks. But if you take away those interceptions, you look at the first game of the season where he had 2 interceptions. So you're looking at the last 5 games, 12 touchdowns, just 1 pick. That's why he's on fire. And he throws to Devontae Adams, which for some reason everybody knows it, but nobody can cover him. He's got 668 yards. He leads the NFL in that category, 14.5 yards per reception. And Aaron Jones, the running back, is doing a terrific job. Green Bay is +4 in the turnover department. That's why they're good. They're protecting the football, and they're getting turnovers from the other team. If you look at the Washington football team, Taylor Heineke's done a decent job, but not spectacular. They only had 13 points. That was their lowest point output of the season. And here's another thing. The Washington football team has started off 2-4 or worse in the last 3 years, 2 of those years under Ron Rivera. So they don't start off very good, but they usually finish strong. They've got some off-the-field issues that they're contending with. This is a team that really has so many problems off the field and on the field, injuries on the field, particularly defensive and the defensive back seven. But I still look at this game as being a close competitive game for the first 3 quarters, but Green Bay pulls away because they're playing at home. Green Bay wins and covers 41-17.
Well, when you look at Washington, Mark, they only gained 246 yards. Yes, Heineke does a nice job through for 182 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But here's the point, Mark. They only averaged 4.7 yards per pass. The opposition completed or averaged 8.4 yards per pass. The defense is very capable of keeping this football team in a game. The defense is not capable of winning a football game, and we mentioned that you have to have help. You have to have help, and Washington doesn't really have it on offense. Defensively, they should be playing much better than they are, Mark, with all the first-round draft picks they have on the defensive line, but that's been disappointing. Now we go to Green Bay. Rodgers just has a way of getting the ball. He is amazing. When you see, if it wasn't for Tom Brady, everybody would be talking about Aaron Rodgers and the type of year that he's had. However, the Green Bay averaged 5 yards a rush last week against a good Bear defense. They won as a team. They had 0 turnovers, only had 54 yards in penalties. They're at home, but they've won 5 in a row. And Rodgers and Adams is a combination that nobody can stop. They also have good running backs. They averaged 5.6 yards, total 135 yards last week in Jones and Dillon. But I look for Green Bay to continue to win. Not because they're going to play a great game. I think they played so well last week, they'll have a little bit of a letdown. But they do win the game 29, Washington 17.